What? Currently, Earth. It was March 29th in the year 1917 that Swedish Prime Minister Hjalmar Hammarskjöld, oh boy, resigns over World War I policy. I apologize for butchering your name, Prime Minister Hjalmar Hammarskjöld of Sweden, father of the famous future United Nations Secretary General Dag Hammarskjöld, resigns on this day in 1917 after his policy of strict neutrality in World War I, including continued trading with Germany in violation of the Allied blockade, leads to widespread hunger and political instability in Sweden. The elder Hammarskjöld, a professor of law who became active in politics and served as a delegate to the Hague Convention on International Law in 1907, was asked by King Gustav V of Sweden to become prime minister in 1914 after a popularly elected government was opposed and defeated by conservative forces. From the beginning of his administration, Hammarskjöld pursued a policy of strict neutrality in the war, continuing trade with Germany and thus subjecting his country and people to the hardships wrought by the Allied naval blockade in the North Sea, in place from November of 1914. Though the Allies and many within Sweden saw Hammarskjöld's neutrality as a pro-German policy, he apparently considered it a necessary product of his firm principles regarding international law. Sweden's sacrifice during the war, he believed, would prove that it was not an opportunistic nation, but a just one. This would put it in a stronger position after the war ended. In practice, however, his policies and the hunger they produced hurt Hammarskjöld, as did his identification with Sweden's monarchy and other reactionary forces, just as a movement towards true parliamentary democracy was growing in Sweden. In 1917, Hammarskjöld rejected a proposal for a common trade agreement with Great Britain that had been brokered by Marcus Wallenberg, brother of Sweden's foreign minister Knut Wallenberg, and would have brought much-needed economic relief to Sweden. With the obvious conflict between Hammarskjöld and Wallenberg, the prime minister lost the support of even his most right-wing allies in parliament and was forced to submit his resignation at the end of March 1917. He was succeeded by Karl Schwarz, a conservative member of parliament who served only 7 months. In October of 1917, Sweden's Social Democratic Party won their first general election, and Nils Eden became prime minister. In the year 1929 that our nation's 31st president, Herbert Hoover, has a phone installed at his desk in the Oval Office of the White House. It took a while to get the line to Hoover's desk working correctly, and the president complained to aides when his son was unable to get through on the Oval Office phone from an outside line. Previously, Hoover had used a phone located in the foyer just outside the office. Telephones and a telephone switchboard had been in use at the White House since 1878, when our nation's 19th president, Rutherford B. Hayes, had the first one installed. But no phone had ever been installed at the president's desk until Hoover's administration. On March 29th in the year 1982, 19-year-old North Carolina freshman Micheal Jordan makes a 16-foot jump shot with 15 seconds left to give the Tar Heels a 63-62 win over Georgetown at the NCAA Tournament Championship. To tell the truth, Jordan tells reporters in New Orleans afterwards, I didn't see it go in. I didn't want to look. The winning shot cements Jordan in the national consciousness, and he goes on to become one of the greatest basketball players in history, winning 6 NBA titles with the Chicago Bulls. After Jordan's basket, Georgetown's Fred Brown quickly brought the ball up court, but his pass to a teammate instead went to North Carolina's James Worthy, clinching the win for North Carolina. I knew it was bad as soon as I let it go, Brown told reporters. Even though only a freshman, Jordan showed the confidence that would be a trademark of his career. I was thinking the game might come down to a late second shot, he said. I saw myself taking it and hitting it. Georgetown was led by 7-foot center Patrick Ewing, who led all scorers with 28 points, and coach John Thompson, one of the best college basketball coaches of all time. He and North Carolina coach Dean Smith, also among the sport's top coaches of all time, were fast friends. The two embraced after the game. The championship was North Carolina's first under Smith, and first since it won its only previous title in 1957. The Tar Heels finished the season with a 32-2 record. We had the best basketball team in the tournament, Smith told reporters. In the 1984 NBA draft, Jordan was selected by the Bulls with the 3rd overall pick. The next year, Ewing was the number 1 overall pick of the New York Knicks. As a Bull, Jordan would go on to torment Ewing and the Knicks, often blocking their road to an NBA championship. Historic information, divulged and documented on this audio file that can be verified on history.com.